strip number 81. This is strip by strip, a quilting journey, and I am obsessed with machine quilting. So for 99 days, I am releasing a brand new machine quilting video where I show you how to machine quilt a 2-inch strip. Today I'm actually starting on my 4th panel. If you want to quilt along with me, I am using these panels that I purchased from Honest Fabrics, but I have also created this awesome companion design workbook that does include illustrations of all 99 designs plus a few extra. And it also has a piecing pattern so that you can piece a quilt top. It actually does take 4 to quilt all 99 of these, but you can piece that quilt top and join along with me. Today we're going to be machine quilting using the mini 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler, and then also a bit of free motion quilting. You all know I love my Gamble quilting machine, so I'll be doing all my quilting hand guided here on the Gamble 22-inch machine, and I do have my stitch regulator set at 13 stitches per inch. Hop down here with me to my machine and let's get stitching. Alright, so to start out, what I'm going to be doing on this 2-inch strip is creating just a little space for my eye to rest. I'm actually going to be filling in the majority of this 2-inch strip with a swirl design, and I'll show you in just a second how to do that. But because it's going to be such a heavy filler, and I've actually quilted a heavy filler here in this background area, so if this was like an actual quilt, not a practice quilt, this is something that I would do, is create this small space for my eye to rest. Because I do work back and forth so much doing ruler quilting and just hand-guided free motion quilting, I do have my ruler base here on my Gamble quilting machine, and I also have a ruler foot on my machine. Now what's really cool with the ruler foot is that from the needle position to the outside of the foot, it measures 1/4 inch, and this is pretty standard on all ruler feet. The ruler foot is designed, it's this nice thick ruler, base basically, so that it can glide along next to the thick machine quilting rulers. And then with that ruler base, which is also an essential tool that I recommend getting from your machine dealer, I'll just simply apply gentle pressure both to the side of the foot, I'm going to be doing it down here, but then also on the machine as I'm quilting. So what I'm going to do to create this small space for my eye to rest is I'll stitch down, and I'm going to start by lining up the side of this ruler right here, right there on the side of that ditch. Then I'll work my way all the way across, stitching that echo line. Once I've stitched all the way over to that right side, I'll actually stop, cut my threads, and then move back up here to the top and repeat the same thing. You could stitch across and come back, but for me, I really do like to quilt from left to right and repeat. So I've stitched that first section of line, and then anytime I need to stop and adjust my ruler, I'm gonna keep stitching. I'll simply stop with the needle in the down position and then readjust my ruler and continue stitching. All right, so I've cut my threads and I'm moving back over here to the left side of the quilt, pull my threads up, take a few stitches to secure. I actually teach my full process of stopping and starting in my class and book, Beginner's Guide to Free Motion Quilting. But anyways, I'll travel down just 1/4 inch. Now this time when I stitch that second line, I could hold the ruler back here like I did the first time, but for me personally, I'm more comfortable holding the ruler closer down here to my body. So I'm always trying to find ways that I can hold it closer to my body. Not only does it feel better, but also I feel like my control is a little bit better when I'm holding it in a comfortable position. So what ends up happening is now I can use the 1.5 inch marked line on the mini 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler, line that up on this stitch line, and then just readjust as I work along this top side of the section. All right, so I've cut my threads again, and now it's time to do the quilting. So I'm going to be filling this section in, actually with the same filler that I've done here in this background area. You can actually see it really good here because I'm using pink thread on this whole quilt top. But what I'll start out by doing is quilting a swirl, swirling into the center. When I quilt my swirls, I'll stop with the needle and make it actually take a stitch so it gives me that nice sharp point. Then from there, I'll continue on. Now notice when I do quilt these swirls and add echoes to the outside, that's kind of what creates this like tucked look. It really creates a cool effect. So let's get to that point. So So I'm swirling into that center, stopping, and then coming out. So once I've come out of that swirl, I'm going to stitch to a previous stitch line, then travel up that, probably about 1/4 of an inch. It might sometimes be a little bit less. And now I'm going to add a couple of echoes here before repeating. Okay, so this time, just to create more interest, I'll come now from the top up here and create that swirl, add a few echoes. I do want to be random. I don't want all of the swirls to be exactly the same, so I'll add 1 or 2 echoes sometimes, and sometimes I'll add even more. I like to fill in small spaces like this one right here with a few echoes. Hey there, thanks for joining me in this machine quilting video. I hope you were able to find a bit of inspiration. Don't forget, we have created an awesome companion design workbook that includes all 99 of these designs illustrated, plus we have our favorite QR codes that when you scan those with your smart device, it'll take you right to the video where I show you how to do this machine quilting. Don't forget, I love seeing your work. You can share in our Piece and Quilt Show and Tell Facebook group. Have a great day and happy quilting!